Hi guys, it's Dave. It's November 16th, 2015, and I'm going to show you how to get the ALC upgrade. So those of you using the ALC tool version 2.0, here's going to be an upgrade file. So first you got to get it, and here's where it is. Okay, moji-crew.com/ALC-upgrade. That's where I put the folder for now. Okay, and you'll see this ALC upgrade 1.zip. Okay, and that's the upgrade right there. So click it and it'll download. Okay, I downloaded it, so it already renamed it. If you gotta find it, hit the little arrow here. That way you can show in folder. Boom. Okay, and that way you can see it. In my case, it's on the desktop. I don't need the both versions. When you download it, it'll look like this: ALC upgrade 1.zip. All right, so now that I have it on my desktop, okay, I'm going to go install it. So where are you going to go? The C panel of wherever yours is installed. So let's say if I went to the C panel where my ALC tool is installed, and those of you who do have more than one ALC tool, you can use this upgrade on all of them the exact same way. It's quick and easy. So log into your C panel, okay? Go to your file manager, okay? And then in there, you can choose any of these really, because we're going to wind up going to the same place. It doesn't matter if you show the hidden files. Okay, just go. By the way, all of you guys with the white label reseller system, you already have the upgrades. We already put them in for you, so don't even worry about it. Okay, for the rest of you, there you go. ALC, find your ALC folder. Maybe you've got more than one, so you got like an ALC1, ALC2, ALC3. Depends on how many instances you got, so you can run them side by side, and therefore do 2, 3, 4 times as much work at the same time. Okay, so once I go in there, right, that's it. So now I'm in the ALC tool. So let me just double check that you all got to the right place. Make sure you're in the public HTML folder. If you're not, okay, you're probably going to see it down here. Okay, if you don't see anything up here, find public HTML. Don't click on the wording. You're going to wind up renaming it, and you don't want to do that. Okay, just click on the icon, double click. Okay, and go find your ALC folder. It's probably called ALC. Unless you know it to be called something else. So I'm going to go in. And now that I'm in here, I just need to apply the update. So I'm going to upload it. Okay. And I'm going to choose it. And I know I put it on my desktop, so that's where I'm going to go. And I know it's ALC starting with an A. There it is. Boom. And up it goes. And for those of you who don't know if this was applied already, so you're wondering if you can apply it again to overwrite, the answer is yes. It's not a problem. It's not going to affect your campaign, whatever you're working on. So now that it's in there, just right click it and extract. Again, make sure you're in the right place. Okay, it should be public_HTML/ whatever the name of your folder is, probably ALC. Again, those of you with multiple instances, you'll do this on each and every instance. Okay, so then just right click and extract to here, right? That's where I am, so that's where I'm going to extract. By default, it'll be where you are. Okay, so it's done. I can reload if I want. Doesn't matter. All it means is that now, if I log into it, okay, it's going to look and act identical. So whatever it is I was doing with jobs, it's all there. You know, whatever jobs that I have going on, don't have a lot, but I'm busy with some different things. So fields value map. Okay, whatever you have for this. This is the other point I want to make. This has a lot more comprehensive detail, courtesy of Philip, who provided this. So he just said, hey, for the fun of it, apples to apples, let's see if we throw in a bunch of the Python name field text captures from doing a lot of runs. You capture a lot of these different combinations. Now, we're using wildcards, so 95% of this isn't going to matter at all. But there were some good new ones that got added anyway, probably author, for instance. Okay, I mean, it's a simple little wildcard tag. It could be author -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1-author, or who knows what. But I didn't have it in mind. People who are adding these on purpose, that's the whole idea. It's good when you can think them up or discover them and put them in. But this guy just went to some extra work, and so look at how many are here already for all these different fields, emails, phones, different things I got from actually running the thing and capturing different field tag names. To see what else could be done. And this 3 pages deep, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So anyway, all that's been done for you. So it's in here. So you can add new input field value, download the sample file. And that's what I want you to do. Download that sample file. Okay. and that gives it to you. So now you've got your sample file. Okay. Don't forget to enable editing. Okay. Save it wherever you're saving it, like your desktop. Now, there you go. All these field values, that's all of them. That's these long lists of all the field value possibilities that were in there. You can always add to this list to have a better hit rate, anything new. Okay. Again, wildcards. It probably doesn't need most of this because, like, name should already work for name, but not author, obviously. Author is something else. Okay. So anyway, and then last and so on. And if you want to take some out because you think, oh, that's like for registrations for newsletters, if you're like, I want to take these out, you can certainly take them out. You can take out last name from the first name field. It's okay. You can pull that out. Okay. And leave whatever you want to leave in. As a matter of fact, I haven't studied these, but you can study them and doctor them up. Okay. Now, put in your stuff. Okay. That's column B, right? Column B information. First name or whatever, last name. If you want to add a phone, you can add a phone. Okay, don't have my phone. I get all these confirmation requests and things on my phone from these guys sending out their stuff. I got let a lot of it go to voicemail. All right, so I always say add your own phone if you're gonna add a phone. Okay, add an email address. I always suggest don't add the one where you're expecting real people who are actually interested in what you're selling, whatever it is, to contact you. If you want them to contact you when they're interested, do not put that here. Put something else here to catch all of the auto replies, the out of offices, anything else that comes in, because you're going to wind up with a whole mess of them. And so you don't want them mixed in with the real requests, or you're going to be sifting through them all day long. No one wants to sift through them. You just want to mass delete them, right? You want to mass delete all those out of reply, out of office entries and not worry about it. You might think, well, what if somebody who's serious actually replies to this address? The answer is then they're not serious. You sent them to a website. If they were serious and they landed on that website, they will do whatever that website says to do. Contact us here, whatever. That will not be here. If the guy comes back and contacts you here, they aren't very savvy, are they? They aren't following the system properly. They aren't doing it right. Better to lose that lead because they're high maintenance, and you're gonna find this very difficult to work with them because they barely understand what they're doing. So it is far better to risk losing a couple, but not have to sift through all those out of office and replies and everything else, and mail couldn't be delivered to this guy and who knows what. You just want to let that go here. By the way, remember, we're not emailing this contact form submission, so even if it says, hey, nobody here, that's perfectly fine. It doesn't matter. It's not an issue. Okay, finally, so there you go. There's your main message, and there's your subject line, you know, whatever. So put it in, close it. And that way, you've got on your file that now has all of those values on it. Sorry for the clutter. I've been busy. So now if you go uploading it, right, I'm not going to actually do it, because I don't want to overwrite my entries for what I'm running right now. But then you would do it and say, yeah, delete the existing entries because you're going to upload the new ones, and then hit save. Okay. And there you go. And that way you're going to have your new fields value map, and it's going to be long with 3 pages, like I said, or whatever. You know, it depends on how much doctoring you do to it. And then you can start running your jobs. By the way, again, why would you take some things out? Because if you land on when the system lands on the front page of a website, it's going to look for an appropriate form that has at least 3 fields. Well, if somebody's offering you a newsletter and they're saying, what's your first name, what's your last name, what's your email address to join our newsletter, well, that's 3 fields. Okay, so we don't really want to join newsletters, because then if it tries to join the newsletter, then it's going to move on to the next website. It thinks it did the contact, so it's going to move to the next website. You don't want that to happen. So if the newsletter had field names that meant something like register here or log in here, that's another one, login forms and stuff, right? Log in with your, I don't know, email address, username, and password. You don't want it to try to fill those out either. You want it to skip those and continue on. So take out anything that looks like login, anything that looks like register, right? Anything that looks like newsletter. Dump them out of your list so that the system doesn't try to fill them out. Because it's only going to try to fill out 1 form per website, right? It doesn't want to just hammer somebody over and over again with form fills. Okay, so it's just going to do 1 per website. You're just dialing it in to hit the right form, not the wrong one, right? That kind of thing. You want names, emails, and phones, makes sense. Contents and text and messages make sense, but not register here or log in here. Those don't. Okay, I made the point. That's all you need to know. So some of the files that you're uploading in that zip file actually improve the way it understands forms on a page so that it can do a better job of capturing more. And then the rest of it is exactly in that. If you go to Fields Value Map, add a new one so you can download the sample, and that's the one that we downloaded and just filled out, and then upload it again so that your system now uses all of those new entries minus whatever doctoring you do to that file. Because it only uses the entries you put in, right? It doesn't use our defaults. It uses whatever you want. That allows you to develop your own list and do your own development. Okay, again, thanks to Philip for providing that. And he also got the upgrade file. I made sure of it for his ALC so that he can have a better hit rate on that with the other part of that upgrade. So yeah, it's a twofold upgrade. One fold is this. The other fold is the file changes that allow the ALC to recognize the kind of forms we want better on a page. Okay, hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much.